Okay, I'm not leaving without you. Hi guys, welcome to another video and welcome to this week's instalment of Who Stole Hadrian's Wall? Okay, so it's a bit foggy. I found the wall. We had some mad fog yesterday. I decided not to go out. To be honest, I thought it'd burn up and it just didn't. So yeah, I sort of regretted that all day. So today I thought I'd head out early and I sort of come over to Hadrian's Wall because the forecast is for fog, and lo and behold, we have got fog. The problem is I don't think I'm going to get any light at all. I was hoping I'd maybe sort of get a bit of sun coming up, but I just don't think it's going to happen. But I've just taken a shot of the Mile Castle. I think it'll end up being black and white, to be honest. But from here we're going to head down to Sycamore Gap and see what's happening there. As for the shot, relatively simple. I'm just using the wall, leading down towards the Mile Castle, then heading straight over. I'm shooting at f14, which is giving me 3 seconds ISO 100. So yeah, that's the first shot. We're going to head on and see what we can find. I'm not highly optimistic, but you know, at least I might get some nice on my nose today. It's a nice bit of atmosphere going on. So yeah, and it's just good to be out. Well, to be honest, I'm really concerned that the weather's just going to turn into a grey day in Northumberland. There is a little bit of fog around, but I don't think I'm going to get any light at all, which is super frustrating. I suppose it's the problem with fog, isn't it? It can go either way. You can either clear, get a little bit of nice light, add a bit of magic to your shots, or it can just be pea soup. And I've got a feeling this is just going to be pea soup, maybe leading to a big dose of grey. But all is not lost. We're going down to Sycamore Gap. I'm hoping I'll get some atmospheric shots of Sycamore Gap. And there's a patch of woodland over that way. So we're going to go from Sycamore Gap, then go to the woodland. And that's really the 3 shots I'm hoping for. It's a guessing game. Landscape photography is all about a little bit of luck. Let's see if we get lucky. Right, so I've got a change of plans. There's another photographer here, which I wasn't expecting. So what I'm doing, as you can see, I've composed a shot. I'm using the path running all the way down here. And there's Sycamore Gap itself, and then the wall sort of continues around there. The mist adds a bit of atmosphere. I'm going to shoot it in mono, so I'll take the shot. Okay, so I've just taken another shot of Sycamore Gap. I had a chat with the photographer at the bottom, a nice guy. I had a bit of a chin wag with him, and I've come up the other side, and it looked quite bland down in the sort of right by the tree. But as I've come back up, then either the mist is coming back in, or it's just I'm getting a bit of height, either or. But anyway, I took a nice shot, but I decided to compose it square. Now, there's a reason why I chose to compose it square, and that's because I'm using a new film camera, and that camera, which I may have already mentioned because I'm really excited about it. But anyway, that camera actually takes square images. I'm not going to tell you where it is because I'll leave that for next week, but what I will say, it's not a Hasselblad. So Have a guess, it's a square camera, it's film, and it's not a Hasselblad. Anyway, I'll put up the shot I've just taken and I'll see you at the woodland. Look at this! Mist! Mist and trees. What more can you ask for in life? You should never count your chickens before they're hatched. Okay, there is mist, but not really doing what I wanted to do. As you can see, there's a lot of storm damage around me, and the mist just isn't quite thick enough to create anything interesting at the moment. I'm going to head on through the woodland and let's hope I find something on the other side. Nope, it wasn't to be. And this is the problem when you're photographing these conditions really, because what makes it so magical is the fact that they're very fleeting. And one minute you'll have a bit of magic and the next minute will be gone. And it's not happening here, but I'm going to come back on the bottom route, back towards the bottom of Sycamore Gap. Keep my fingers crossed. So I've just composed another little scene. What I love about photography sometimes, especially in these sort of conditions, is you can try and predict what you're going to photograph, but sometimes you just have to go with the flow. And as you can see from this shot, really what I'm doing, we've got these nice reeds here, slight reflections, adds a little bit of colour. And obviously we've got the trees where I've just walked along that tree line there. And as you can see, as the mist comes in and out, it just adds that little bit of atmosphere. I'll take the shot. I quite like the shot of the lake, perhaps a bit too minimalistic, perhaps a bit too much fog, but there's a splash of colour from the reeds, so it may work as a colour or it may work as black and white. I'll see when I get home. I've also just taken a shot of the trees over there, which I'll put on the screen now. Now with these I've gone for a square crop again, and what I've had to do, I've had to put the trees towards the left of the frame simply because there was a vehicle parked further left around, which sort of killed the mood a little bit. So I've had to do it like that. It's not ideal, but I think it still works. I think it'll be a nice mono. And from here I'm going to head back to the lake. I'm going to wait to see what happens with this mist. Well, I didn't get very far. Basically, as I was walking back, I saw a lone tree. Well, actually, it's not particularly that lone. It's just the fact that I've managed to isolate it a little bit. And what was happening was behind there's the tree, then there's the lake, and then there's the group of trees on the top that I walked through. And there's the mist hanging around the trees, and I think it just works quite nice. I think it'll be a mono again, even though I quite like the splash of green in it. But, you know, we'll see. I'll see at the processing stage. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly take the shot. I've gone for f8 this time. Square crop, 40th of a second, and I'll put the shot up now. Right guys, I think we're going to end the video there. It's been a pleasant morning. I haven't got exactly the shots I expected to get. The fog hasn't been playing ball. It's been perhaps a bit too thick to let any light through. But also not thick enough in the places where it needed to be thick, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. But that's the nature of shooting in fog, and that's what makes the conditions so magical. But it doesn't really matter. I've had a nice day. It's been nice taking you guys out. I've really enjoyed shooting digital after shooting film for a few weeks. It's been nice to not be so constrained to only 12 frames. The fact that I can try out different compositions, you know, and yeah, just have a bit of a play, because, you know, photography is supposed to be fun and I'm here to enjoy myself. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It's the only way I know if you guys want to see more content from me. And until next week, which will be film-based probably, thanks again and see you soon.